Hi, I'm Michelle Pepe, and my first monologue will be from Butterflies Are Free. You're thinking I don't look like a divorcee. They're usually around 35 with tight-fitting dresses and high-heel patent leather shoes and big boobs. I look more like the kid in a custody fight. I really can't talk about Jack. No, I will talk about him. Once in a while, it's good for you to do something you don't want to do. Cleanses the insides. He was terribly sweet and groovy looking, but kind of adolescent, you know what I mean? Girls mature faster than boys. Boys are neater, but girls mature faster. When we met, it was like fireworks. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it was a marvelous kind of passion that made every day like the 4th of July. Anyway, the next thing I knew, we were standing in front of a justice of the peace, getting married. I mean, there we were, getting married. I hadn't even finished high school, and I had 2 exams the next day, and they were on my mind, too. I heard the justice of the peace saying, "Do you, Jack, take Jill to be your lovely wedded wife?" Can you imagine going through life as Jack and Jill? And then I heard, "Till death do you part." Suddenly, it was not a wedding ceremony, it was a funeral service. You know, that a wedding ceremony is very morbid when you think about it. I hate anything morbid. And there I was, being buried alive under Jack Benson. I wanted to run screaming out into the night. But it was 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, can't go screaming out. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. So I passed out. If only I'd fainted before I said I do. My second piece will be a monologue from Key Exchange. When I was very young, my mother got cancer. And it had spread too far by the time they diagnosed it to do anything but let her die. For about 6 months, she lay in the terminal ward at Sloan Kettering. When she first went in, she told my father that her only wish was to see her family grow up, but that was impossible. So to kiss her goodbye and leave and don't hang on for this bumpy ride, as she put it. But the most important thing in the world to my father was that she have her last wish. So he left his house, left his job, moved us into the city, went through miles of red tape, and arranged for a permit to build a sandbox and a swing next to the parking lot outside her window where she could see us. And every afternoon and on weekdays that fall, he would take me and my brother there and we would play. And when my brother asked, "Why here?" my dad would say that Mom was in heaven, but she had a good view of that particular sandbox. My aunt told me that story when I first started dating boys. She said, "What your father did for your mother, Lisa, that's love. Be smart, Lisa. Save your honor for the man who loves you." It was a long time before I could even give a decent kiss to a guy without wondering whether or not this guy would stand outside my window for 6 months while I died.